Alright guys, welcome back to the next episode of Director's Chat. Today we're looking at the comedy world of the Farrelly brothers, so let's get into it. Welcome back to the next episode of Director's Chat. We're talking about director. Today we're talking about the Farrelly brothers. So before I do, don't forget to subscribe and click notification bell as algorithm. So I'm going to go through the movies. I'm going to go through the good title for, but let's just start. So in 1994 we had Dumb and Dumber. Now this was a buddy comedy film. It's the first installment in Dumb and Dumber franchise. It stars Jim Carrey, Jeff Daniels, Lauren Holly, Karen Duffy, Mike Starr, Charles Rocket, and Terry Garr, and it made $247.3 million at $17 million budget. It has developed a cult following in the years after its release and regarded as one of the best comedy of the 1990s. The success of Dumb and Dumber launched the career of the Farrelly brothers, established the range of the heretofore dramatically acclaimed Daniels as a gifted comedic actor, and visualized his Hollywood career, and solidified Carrey's reputation as one of the most prominent actors of the 1990s. The film also spawned an animated series, a 2003 prequel, and a 2014 sequel. And this movie's good. I really like this one. It's one of my favorite out of all of them. So, Dumb and Dumber. Then 1996 we had Kingpin. Now this was a sports comedy film, and it starred Woody Harrelson, Randy Quaid, Vanessa Angel, and Bill Murray, and it made $32.2 million and $25 million budget. This movie's okay. It's not my favorite Farrelly Brothers movie, but it's okay. That's Kingpin. Then 1998 we had There's Something About Mary, which was a romantic comedy film. It starred Cameron Diaz, Matt Dillon, Ben Stiller, Lee Evans, Chris Elliott, and it made $369.9 million on $23 million budget. The film received positive reviews from critics who praised his humor and Diaz's performance. The film became a major box office success, becoming the fourth highest grossing film of the year. And yeah, I like this movie. This is one of my favorite movies. I love this movie. It's a really good movie. There's Something About Mary. Then in 2000, we had Me, Myself, and Irene, which was a slapstick black comedy film. It starred Jim Carrey, Renee Zellweger, Chris Cooper, Robert Forster, Richard Jenkins, Daniel Green, Anthony Anderson, and Jared Mixon. It made $149.3 million and $51 million budget. This one's a good movie. I like it. So it's Me, Myself, and Irene. Then in 2001, we had Osmosis Jones. This is a live-action animated action comedy film. The live-action scenes were directed by the Farrelly brothers, where the animation was directed by Pete Crute and Tom Sito. It starred Chris Rock, Lawrence Fishburne, David Hyde Pierce, Brandy Norwood, William Shatner, Molly Shannon, Chris Elliott, and Bill Murray. It made $40 million and $70 million budget. It received mixed reviews from critics who praised the world building, the animation story, and voice performances, but criticized the inconsistent tone of the live-action portions and no use of gross-out humor. Despite the poor financial response, the film was followed by an animated series, Ozzy and Drix, which aired on Kids WB from 2002 to 2004. It ran for 2 seasons and 26 episodes. Now, I like this movie. I think it's good. I agree. I think the live action parts aren't good, but I love the animated parts. That's Osmosis Jones. Then also in 2001, we had Shallow Hal, which was a romantic comedy film. And it starred Gwyneth Paltrow, Jack Black, Jason Alexander, Joe Vittorelli, and Susan Ward. It made $141.1 million, $40 million budget. And this movie's good. Shallow Hal. Then in 2003, we had Stuck on You, which was a comedy film. And it starred Matt Damon, Greg Kinnear, Eva Mendes, Seymour Cassel, and Cher, and then it made $65.8 million, $55 million budget. And this one is okay. Stuck on You. Then 2005 we had Fever Pitch, which was a romantic comedy drama film. It was based on the 1997 book. No, it's a remake of the 1997 film with the same name. and it was also based on the original 1992 book by Nick Norm Hornby, and it starred Drew Barrymore, Jimmy Fallon, James B. Sickig, and Joe Beth Williams. It made 50.5 million, a $30 million budget, and yeah, this movie's okay. So that's Fever Pitch. Um, then in 2007 we had the Heartbreak Kid, which was a black comedy film. It's a remake of the 1972 film of the same name. It stars Ben Stiller, Michelle Monaghan, Marlon Ackerman, Jerry Stiller, Rob Corddry, Carlos Mencia, Scott Wilson, and Danny McBride. Um, it made it made 128.5 million, $60 million budget. And this movie, it has mixed negative reviews. It's okay. It's not better than the original movie, but yeah, I feel like it's just too raunchy, and it tries to be raunchy for the sake of it. That's Heartbreak Kid. And in 2011, we had Hall Pass. Now, this was a comedy film, and it stars Owen Wilson, Jason Sudeikis, Jenna Fisher, Richard Jenkins, and Christine Applegate. It made 83.2 million, a $36 million budget. And yeah, I received mixed reviews. I actually like this movie, so it's Hall Pass. At the 2012, we had The Three Stooges, which was a slapstick comedy film. It's based on the film shorts from 1934 to 1959, starring the comedy trio of the same name. Um, and this starred Chris Dia- Diamatopoulos, Sean Hayes, Will Sasso, Jane Lynch, Sofia Vergara, Jennifer Hudson, Craig Burko, and Larry David. And this movie made 54.8 million or $30 million budget. And I actually like this movie. It's good. There's been talks of a sequel. I hope the sequel happens, which yeah, they've announced this in production. I like this movie. It's really good. So it's Three Stooges. And then in 2012 we had movie 43, which movie 43 Peter Farrelly directed three segments from the movie, The Pitch, The Catch, and Truth or Dare, and he also directed them as well. Now, even though they didn't do it, it only I'm not going to read the cast because there's so many people in the cast. I'll do some of them: Christian Bale, Elizabeth Banks, Kay Bosworth, Anna Faris, Johnny Knoxville, and Jason Sudeikis. It made 30.4 million, $6 million budget. The movie was panned by critics, with many calling it one of the worst films of all time. I've seen segments of movie 43. It's not the best movie of all time. But yeah, then 2014 we had Dumb and Dumber 2, which is a buddy comedy film. Um, it's the third installment in the franchise after the sequel and the prequel, and it stars Jim Carrey, Jeff Daniels, Robert Riggle, Kathleen Turner, Don Lake, and Laurie Holden. And it makes 169.8 million on a $50 million budget, and it received negative reviews from critics. This movie is good. It's not as good as the first one. It was Dumb and Dumber 2. At the 2018, we had The Green Book, which was a biographical comedy drama film. This was directed only by Peter Farrelly. This stars Viggo Mortensen, Mahershala Ali, and Linda Cardellini. The film is inspired by the true story of the 1962 tour and Deep South by African American pianist Don Shirley and Italian American bouncer and later actor Frank Tony Lip Vallalonga. Um, it made 321.8 million, $23 million budget. They've seen positive from critics with praise for the performance of Mortensen and Ali, although it drew some criticism for its depiction of both race and Shirley. Um, so yeah, so this movie is good. I like this movie. It won some. I think it won an Oscar. Did it? Best Supporting Actor. And yeah. So Green Book, great movie. And then we had The Greatest Beer Run Ever. This biographical war drama film is based on a book same name by John Chucky Donahue. This one was only directed by Peter Farrelly, and it received mixed reviews. And it stars Zac Efron and Russell Crowe. And I've not seen this movie, so I don't know if it's good or not. And then finally, 2023, we had Champions, which was a sports comedy directed by Bobby Farrelly in his solo director debut. It is an English language remake of the 2018 Spanish film of the same name. And it stars Woody Harrelson, Caitlin Olsen, Ernie Hudson, and Cheech Marin. It made 18.8 million. I received mixed reviews. I enjoyed this movie. I did a review on it. I thought it was a good movie for Woody Harrelson's good name. And that's pretty much it. That is The Farrelly brothers. So they've done some good movies, they've done some bad movies. So yeah, that's the comedy world of the Farrelly brothers. So yeah, so much my videos. My next film. Bye.